Alright guys, I want to welcome you back to the channel, Loose Reacts TV. We're going to be reacting to some TikToks that'll hopefully change your mind about some things. I'm not here to change your mind, but we'll let these videos do it for you. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn the notification bell so you know when we drop another video, and let's get right into it.
So everyone pushes college, and I went to college. I have a master's degree. I make very good money for my age. My husband did not go to college, and I've talked about this on here before, and I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand it. So I'm going to throw it into perspective for you, and I say it not to brag, but to hopefully help any of you. I have a college degree. He has a high school diploma. He went to trade school right after high school. He got his certificates and everything. And here we go. So this past July, he had already brought home more than my gross salary this year. Come December, he will have quadrupled my salary. Quadrupled it. If he decides to pick up overtime on a weekend, a 2-day weekend, if he picks up overtime, he brings home that weekend, just in those 2 days, more than I make in a 2-week check. I have a master's degree. He has a high school diploma. So that reason right there is why I will not push college on anyone. If you think that college is not for you and you want to try a trade school, obviously look into it, see if you think that you have what it takes, and then 100% do it. Do it. I don't think that enough people are talking about this. And it is 100% worth it if you stick with it. He's been doing it for 8 years, so obviously he has made his way up the ladder. But if he leaves his job today, 100% guarantee he will make the exact same amount of money wherever else he decides to go. I cannot stress it enough. I can't stress it enough. I am so jealous. Like, he doesn't have student debt. Nothing. And he's quadrupling my salary in 1 year.
So how do you guys feel about that? Like, do you guys think college is the way to go? Like, are some of you guys in debt from college? I'm quite sure. And if so, how long have you been paying that debt off? I think college is like a scam. And it's crazy that, you know, you could go to school from kindergarten up to 12th grade for free. But then when you get to college, you got to pay buku money just to learn something. And then you go into debt like $300,000, $400,000 to come out of college and not even be able to use that degree that you got. Because there's a lot of people that go to college and they have to come out and go work a regular 9 to 5, not like in the field that they went to school for neither. That's the crazy part. That's what makes me feel like college is a scam. So I think a trade is the way to go. What about you?
And there's some kind of a chip or something on the license plate that if they have the license plate, they can track it down. Did you ever know that? I never heard of that.
I didn't.
There's some kind of a deal that if they have your license plate, they can find you. And they have them speeding down a highway, and they got them and nabbed them fast.
That's crazy.
You ever wonder why in Africa they have seeds in their foods, and in America there are no more seeds in almost any of the fruits? Ever since a couple decades ago, they took the seed out of apples, grapes, watermelon, bananas, and the seed is the most powerful part of the fruit. So we got to be careful because these foods do not have life inside of them. Just like seedless fruits, these people also tried making fake batana oil because men and women were taking this stuff and growing their hair even after it wasn't supposed to grow back. So it's extremely powerful stuff and it's super hard to get. And so if you want to know where to get it, there's this brand called Dr. Truth. Don't get it anywhere else because it could be fake.
I have 2 rules.
Oh, okay.
Rule number 1, if people are talking behind your back and they're not coming up and saying it to you, then let them stay where they are, behind you. Rule number 2, when you get what you want, that's God's direction. But when you don't get what you want, that's God's protection.
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. It's impossible, because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money. We're dead broke. And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money 40 years in the market and probably be worth 8 to 10 million today. But the federal government wasted it.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out when Social Security was first founded, started out as a 2% tax, and they said this will never take more than 6% of your income. Today it takes 12.4%, and depending on whether you go with CBO or Social Security trustees, it needs to take between 15.8 and 17.5%. So we're talking about thousands of dollars more per year. It also was actually only originally recommended that the tax be up to $66,000, equivalent in today's dollars of earnings. But over time it has expanded massively, and the money has been spent every year. So whereas everybody thinks this money's been set aside for me, no, for the past 13 years, every dollar that has gone out of workers' paychecks has gone immediately to pay promised benefits. And that's what happens when you have a system that enables those in charge of it to spend the money in the immediate term and leave the buck to the next generation that's coming along.
That's crazy to think about. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be retiring later on in the next couple of years or whatever, and they may not even have nothing to retire off of or even live off of. I mean, it's hard, like, to live off of it. And that's crazy. That's crazy to think about. So it's best you tuck some money away aside for a rainy day, because it look like it's coming. Man. And then they just take our money and they use it for what? To pay themselves, like, or to do just some BS? You know, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's skills that make you rich, not money. But if you don't have the skills or the mindset, you're poor.
From your perspective, what has been the toughest battle that you fought on the journey of achieving financial freedom?
If you want to be rich and happy, don't go to school. Because schools teach you things to be not successful. And the biggest one is they punish you for making mistakes. And most school teachers are poor because they're afraid of making mistakes. We have to get free of our indoctrination into servitude and slavery. Go to school, get a job, work hard. Don't make mistakes. Save money. Savers are losers. Because the price of gold's going up. It doesn't mean gold's going up, it means the dollar's coming down. Real estate is going up because the dollar's coming down. And they don't tell you that in school. And so when markets crash is when I get rich. So my whole practice since I was a kid, practicing making money out of nothing. And the reason so many people are afraid of quitting their jobs and becoming free is they don't have the skills. The number one skill of an entrepreneur is, can you sell? And when you can do that, money flows in. It's skills that make you rich, not money. But if you don't have the skills or the mindset, you're poor.
There's currently more money on Earth than there has ever been in the history of mankind. So why is it that the majority of people are living paycheck to paycheck? I'll tell you why. It's because the system that we live in is built to keep the rich rich and the poor poor. Why? Because the rich feed off the work of the poor. Think about it. When you went to school, all you were done was educated to become a worker. You were never taught how to manage your emotions. You were never taught how to work for yourself. You were never taught how money works. You were never taught how anything in the world really works. You were just shown how to get an education to get a job. And so is it any wonder that the majority of people have no idea how business works? And I include myself in that, but I've been doing research about it. And the way that the rich make money is by keeping others in subservience, and they don't reveal the secrets behind how they themselves make money. And you can argue, well, they were born into families, they were born into this and they were born into that. No, they were simply educated a different way. They're no different to us. They've just been taught to do things differently. And so it's time for the people to take back control. It's time for the people to say no. So I'm starting a group now where we're going to start working together. and we're going to start implementing the things that the rich do to make themselves rich. Because I don't know about you guys, I'm tired of living life paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of living life in a way that I feel unfulfilled. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think we're all tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, you gotta do something. If not, you're gonna be stuck in the same cycle.
Do you know which country in the world doesn't care about money? In Switzerland, people won't even bend down to pick up money if it falls on the ground. Why? Because they don't need to. The government takes care of them, and money isn't their focus. In Switzerland, locals don't have to work if they don't want to. If they do, it's just for the experience, and they only work 4 days a week. They spend half the year resting. The average income here is over $150,000 a year, and even those who don't work can earn $50,000 to $60,000 from government support. There's so much money in Switzerland that many of the world's biggest companies are based here. But Switzerland is more than just money. It's a country that offers the beauty and peace that everyone craves. Whether you want to reconnect with nature or escape life's stress, Switzerland can fulfill your dream of a better life. Here you can experience all 4 seasons in a single day. The Swiss lead simple, pressure-free lives with no competition. No metro rush, no traffic, just stunning scenery and a relaxed pace of life. So, if you had the time and money, who would you take to Switzerland to live this dream?
I think that's crazy. The average income and out there is 150,000, and then for those that don't want to work, the government gives them on average 50 to 60,000 a year. That looks like that might be the way to go. That might be the way to go.
Do you know that the UK did not pay off the debt from World War II until 2020? They've been paying that debt since the end of World War II. The strategy the United States has taken to support Ukraine is similar to the strategy we took to support Great Britain during World War II. We are lending equipment to the Ukrainian government in exchange for future payment. So what we're doing is we're indebting Ukraine against the promise that perhaps they will secure their freedom. They're going to be trillions of dollars in debt to the West for the weapons and the food and the med kits. So every time a rocket is launched, every time a drone crashes into a tank, that's a bill that Ukraine is just racking up. It's like when you go to a restaurant and you start drinking shots. Sometime the bill will come due because none of it's free. We're a democracy, but we're also a capitalist country. We can't afford to just give things away for free.
If that's not the blind leading the blind, like how are we going to put somebody in debt when we're in debt? Like, where does that make sense? I guess.
Here are 3 reasons why a tax-free private trust is so much better than an LLC. Number 1, with a tax-free private trust, you can write off all of your personal bills, your water bill, your gas bill, your light bill. With an LLC, you can only write off your business bills, not your personal stuff. Number 2, an LLC has what? Limited liability. That means that somebody can sue you. Not so with a private trust. With a private trust, nobody can sue you because it's private. Are you hearing? And then number 3, an LLC is 100% taxable because it's tied up, it's attached to your social security number. Now with a private trust, it's attached to your private EIN, meaning that there is no taxes on the money that you make too. You say, Brother Rick, where you learn all this stuff? If you want to learn more about that, just comment IQ test below. You can take one of our IQ tests, and that way somebody from our office can get in touch with you, and you can learn how to live this private life, okay? For more information, just follow me. I'm Rick the Wealth Coach. Have a wonderful day.
That's some game for you right there.
The black mind right now has been hardwired where happiness is connected to spending when it needs to be hardwired to investing and to saving. Do you know we brought in $1.3 trillion last year as a people? Out of 226 nations on earth, that makes black people in America the 8th richest nation. We brought in $600 billion more than Spain, $700 billion more than Mexico. Yet Spain has 46 million people like we do, and they maintain a 208,000 square mile landmass, and they own everything. Mexico has 131,700,000 people, and they're maintaining 771,500 with half the money we have. Yet they have whole country, and we don't have nothing we can call on. We gotta get back into financial literacy, but we gotta do it quick because we gotta start doing something for ourselves. We got the dollars, we just need some more sense to go with them dollars, because right now we the leaders in unnecessary spending. We always buying stuff we don't need with money that we don't have from people that we don't like to impress people that we don't even know.
Hey, that's facts, because if you notice, we'll go out and buy the brand new pair of Jordan. They come out like every 2 weeks, or every, you know what I'm saying? They come out so often, you know what I'm saying, so fast. But we'll go out and buy jewelry, spend our money on things that don't really matter, like pulling instead of pulling your money together and going out and getting some land, or putting your money together and going out and buying some property or some buildings, or, you know what I'm saying? We don't do that. I think that generation is long gone. I mean, we see it here and there. I'm not saying it's long gone, but it's long gone, but we see it here and there. It's not like what it was when we had like Tulsa, you know, things like that, back when our great grandparents, things like that were, you know what I'm saying, trying to do that. Yeah, but we don't see that no more. More now, more or less it's an individual thing. Is I want to get this out. It's not no, hey, let's pull this together and let's put our money together and let's do this together. You know, even with family, you don't see a lot of family members don't do a lot of things together like that, and they should be. You know, it's amazing you can have 4 or 5 brothers or sisters in one city, but they all want to do their separate thing. When if they come to a collective, they could be much more powerful than one by themselves. Just a little food for thought.
How old were you when you learned that it was your ancestors that invented the first airplane of the modern day? This happens to be a black man who got the first patent for a flying object of what is now called aeroplane. At least 3 years before Orville and Wilbur Wright got their patent for the same category of flying objects. Story behind his inventions was hijacked and erased from history so that the black man will never know that modern-day flying objects was invented by his brother of same color and race. All the credits was given to the Wright brothers as the inventors of modern aeroplanes. This black man did it first. His name was Charles Frederick Page. He is the father of modern-day airplanes and not the Wright brothers as history told us. Charles Frederick Page's patent number was US 8174442A in case of doubters. Whoever got the first patent predates the other, and he got his patent 3 years ahead of the Wright brothers.
That's amazing. How our inventors, our inventors, you know, can invent something, make something, and someone else can get the credit or take the credit, or the credit's just given to them. But that's been going on since the beginning of inventions, I'm quite sure. I don't know.
Black Americans have been responsible for many inventions that shape our daily lives, yet their contributions often go unrecognized. In 1853, George Crumb accidentally invented potato chips when a customer complained about thick-cut fries. To spite him, Crumb sliced potatoes paper thin, fried them to a crisp, and seasoned them, creating the beloved snack we enjoy today. Elevator safety was revolutionized by Alexander Miles in 1887 when he invented automatic doors that open and close on their own. This innovation drastically reduced the risk of accidents involving open elevator shafts. Frederick McKinley Jones transformed the food and transport industries in 1940 by inventing the refrigerated truck. His portable cooling units allowed fresh produce, dairy, and meat to be transported over long distances, forever changing food distribution. Otis Boykin enhanced the stethoscope, making it more precise and reliable for diagnosing heart conditions. His electrical innovations extended to the pacemaker, improving its functionality to regulate heartbeats. Granville T. Woods invented an early incubator that automatically regulated temperature, improving survival rates for premature babies. Frederick Jones also invented a portable X-ray machine during World War II, allowing battlefield medics to perform crucial diagnostics on the spot, saving numerous soldiers' lives. The automatic car wash system we use today traces back to Richard Spikes, who automated car cleaning in 1913, making it faster and more efficient. Lastly, the concept of crowdfunding was pioneered by O.W. Gurley, a key figure behind Tulsa's Black Wall Street. His efforts helped fund black-owned businesses, laying the groundwork for modern platforms like Kickstarter. These inventors, despite facing significant challenges, revolutionized industry. Their ingenuity not only solved problems of their time, but continues to impact our lives today, inspiring future generations to innovate.
Now that right there is something. The refrigerator box truck, the box truck, that's still going today. But just to think, it was somebody of my complexion that created that. And yet still, this generation nowadays takes things for granted. We're not really inventing like that. You get some here and there, but it's not like what it used to be. I'm quite sure. Nothing like what it used to be. What are you guys' thoughts about those inventions? Like, do you think they get the credit they deserve? Or do you think they just get lost in the shuffle? Let me know in the comments.
This is why many white people feel frightened when they see black people trying to come together, because in their minds they believe that if we ever united, we're going to do to them what they did to us. You don't know us. Some of us may be like that.
If you collect 100 black ants and 100 fire ants and put them in a jar, nothing will happen. Take the jar, shake it violently, and leave it on the table. The ants will start killing each other. Red believes the black is the enemy, while black believes the red is the enemy, when the real enemy is the person who shook the jar. The same is true in society. Men versus women, black versus white, faith versus science, young versus old, etc. Before we fight each other, we must ask ourselves, who shook the jar? I'm Mark Twain, also known as Samuel Clemens.
That's the truth. Those
I learned
are
a new word
facts.
today, kleptocracy. It's a noun, and it means a government or state in which those in power exploit national resources and steal. A rule by thieves. Used in a sentence, it sounds like, you know you're living in a kleptocracy when luxury cars fill government parking lots, but the roads remain full of potholes. Another example would be, kleptocracy isn't just theft. It's an entire system built to keep the rich richer and everyone else struggling to get by. Kleptocracy. You're welcome.
It's a new word, kleptocracy, huh? Interesting. How many of you guys know that word or heard of that word? I haven't. That's my first time hearing about it, or even hearing that word.
Fuck fake family. A lot of folks out here dealing with so-called family who sit around faking the vibe, acting like everything's all good when it's clearly not. They smile in your face, but you can feel the tension, the fake energy, and all the things left unsaid. Why break bread with people like that? Sharing a meal should be about love and realness, not pretending. Keep that fake energy away and focus on finding real ones who truly care.
Now, those are facts. Those are facts because we all got fake family or even fake friends. We got them. Sometimes like right next to us. But how long are you willing to let them drain you? You know, how long are you willing to put up with that? You know, sometimes you got to clean house. You know, and I got a saying like, just because they're family, they don't mean that they're for you. You know, and you can use that with friends, whether just because they say they're family, or they consider themselves family, or they are family. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that they need to be in your life, or you need to be in their lives. You know, that's energy and luggage you don't need. You know, you got to carry that around, fronting like, oh, we're cool, and nah, if you're not, you're not. You know what I'm saying? You can go, hey, and keep it pushing. You know, that's where a lot of people get the wrong. People want to be, you know, family oriented. I'm not saying you can't be family oriented, but if it ain't working, it ain't working. You know what I mean? You gotta let it go. You don't need the extra baggage. You don't need the people draining your energy. You know what I'm saying? You don't need the bad energy going on, because all it's gonna do is just bring you down. Man, you gotta think about that. Yeah, fuck fake family. Yeah, facts. It's big facts.
The more fake you are, the bigger your circle will be. The more real you are, the smaller your circle will be. How many friends do you have? Something to think about.
Shit, little to no friends. I count my friends on one hand.
I'm gonna be real.
Probably use just two fingers, if that.
For the workplace. You see, from the time you walk in, the whole dynamic, the whole mood changes. Some people, they like you, or they start off liking you. Others immediately dislike you, and they want you gone. They want to see you as competition. You see, I don't know about you, but me, I spent my whole life disliking school, disliking the 9-to-5 job as an idea. And now that I'm in the workplace and I'm working, it's even worse. Like I hate it just as much as I thought I would. So I'm over here trying to make something of myself. I want to work for myself. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to get that done if it's in God's will for me. So just remember, you can do anything you set your mind to. And always go to God for everything, because He's got your back. Remember that.
What this man says about the music industry is the truth. Watch this video.
That's why you need to be careful what music you listen to. Because if music can get rid of a demon, it can attract one. And most of the music out here now attracts demons. Then you wonder why your lifestyle, you grooving and bumping in the car, but when you get out, you can't wait to figure out why your life is standing still. Sometimes it's the music that you're listening to, because whoever you listen to, what's on them attaches itself to you. Rick Joyner said he was in a vision. The Lord told him, he said, in the last days, he said, the enemy will bring up singers and other musicians. He said, and they will baptize millions of people into the demonic in one moment.
I've been making music for 10 years plus, and I've always had that feeling about music. Listening to negative, low vibrational subjects every single day cannot sit well on your subconscious. Words cast spells, and you gotta be careful what words you consume every single day. In this day and age, you will very rarely see a positive song hit number 1 or even hit the top 10 in the charts.
Hey, that's facts. A lot of this music nowadays. I mean, even it's music like since being a time, but more so nowadays. The music ain't hitting on nothing. It's sometimes depressing. The message that they put out, it ain't it. Like, especially when we have like your Glorillas, your Ice Spice, your Megan Thee Stallion, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not giving you no knowledge, no game. It's giving you game, but it's giving you some BS game. The vibration is horrible. I mean, I don't listen to that, but I listen to like I listen to like some of the rap and stuff. But it's very. I don't listen to it as much as I used to, so you gotta think about that. And yeah, if you notice when you listening to these type of musics too, that are vibrating low, what I'm saying, you start to feel different. You can notice your attitude change. Your emotions change. That's real. Music has an effect. It has a serious effect. So you gotta think about that. Make sure you ain't letting your kids listen to that stuff too. If like you seen the little, I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but that little, those little 5 or 6, 7-year-olds, and they singing that, I can't remember what they were singing, but they're all little girls. I can't remember the name of the song, but they're all little girls singing. The parents are sitting there recording, watching like it's the thing to do. That's crazy. That's low.
Okay, so it's kind of a complicated process. Go get your social security card.
On the back of your social security card, there are red numbers. Somewhere on the back, it's red. Go to treasurydirect.gov. Look up a bond calculator. Enter in those numbers that are on your social security card with the month and year you were born. It'll show you where you enter the month and year you were born. And then the numbers on your social, and then you'll be able to pull up your bonds. But you have to search every denomination with the number again. So I could make a video on it. It's a long process. But once you find them, then you have to certify your birth certificate. And then once you certify your birth certificate, then you can request your bonds.
Hey, reply down in the comments if any of you ever been through this process or done this. I think, isn't that something like the straw man or something like that? Let me know if you guys done anything like that and if it worked.
Are we a republic or a democracy?
Democracy.
Do you recite the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands.
To the what? In the Pledge of Allegiance, it tells you what America is.
Okay.
And to the republic for which it stands. So we're not a democracy.
Democracy, right?
No. So we democratically elect our officials.
Yeah.
But we are a constitutional republic. So we're a constitutional republic, meaning that we have elected officials that we elect that go represent us. Right? A democracy means majority rules. So we don't want a democracy truly, because you can't trust everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
All right. So instead of the government ransacking us, now we get to be protected from the government because we are a constitutional republic.
Okay, stop scrolling. I'm about to prove to you we live.
That's crazy. And the people that we elect aren't even in our best interest. That's the crazy part.
On this and not on this. And also at the same time prove to you that God's word is true and accurate. First of all, they got us believing that these rockets are leaving Earth, when in fact they can't.
Crazy.
Because of this. The
firmament.
And here's the proof. Let me introduce y'all to Wernher von Braun, which is known as the father of NASA. He also helped develop the Saturn V rocket, which allegedly took Apollo 11 to the moon. On his grave, he quoted a Bible verse, Psalms 19:1. Psalms 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. And the Hebrew translation for firmament is extended surface, solid expanse. The vault of heaven or firmament regarded by Hebrews as solid and supporting the waters above it. We take a look at the book of Job, chapter 37, verse 18. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong, and as a molten looking glass. So the firmament that is supporting the waters above is literally made out of glass. Anyways, have you guys noticed when they launch these rockets, they never go straight up, they always curve? And it almost looks like they're taking the shape of the firmament. I mean, we could see it in Disney's logo. Warner Von Braun and Walt Disney were best friends. It also has a little strange pattern going through it. Isaiah 40:22, is it he that sitteth upon the circle, not ball, of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Again, stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Here's a test. Would you say this looks like a circle and a tent to dwell in? Or this looks like a circle and a tent to dwell in? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. God's word is true. He wants a relationship with you and not a religion. Anyways, like, follow, and share for more. And like always, God bless.
Man, that's crazy. So what do you guys think about the firmament? Like, well, not even firmament, but what do you guys think about the earth? Are you guys like flat earthers, round earthers? Like, I'm not here to change nobody's mind or tell you what, but like the more I hear or read or see things, the flat earth is starting to kind of make sense. I mean, I'm used to the round earth thing because that's what we were taught. Go figure. But you think if the Bible is a book that we're supposed to be going by, then why wouldn't someone believe that the earth could be flat with just a firmament dome over it? Because I think like if it's round or if it's like a ball, that means there's a firmament thing all around it, right? I don't know. It's I don't know. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. But also, like with Hillary Clinton, she said this more than once. We haven't broke that big glass ceiling up there, but we sure put what did she say? A million or 1,000 cracks in it. I'm just saying. You guys let me know down in the comment what you guys think. And this is the end of the video. So I want to thank you guys for staying to the end. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment, like, turn on your notification bell so that way when we drop another video, you will be notified and you don't miss another one. So thank you guys. We'll see you on the next one.